Good morning, Puckers. I'm the Prez, Lawrence Presman. It's puck time. Andrew McGinnis, Buster Sports, Carmine Bianco, and me. 4 Canadians. There's got to be a joke about that somehow. How are you, Buster? It's been a while. Your microphone is really bad, Buster. Let's move to Andrew. How are you, Mr. McGinnis? What's going on?
What's up, Prez? Coming off a sweep, just 3-0. So actually, finally, sort of low volume yesterday. One tennis play, one baseball play, and one basketball play. I texted you guys last night, you and Karn, about that Shapovalov match. Unfortunately, he couldn't get it done, but I had the over in that game. All exciting, competitive match when we got there. So that was nice to have. A pretty great 10-3 U.S. Open run going on right now.
Nice, dude. Carm's rolling as well. A 4-0 day for you, Carm, and you had Chapo as a winner in games. Way to go.
Yeah. I took him minus 3.5 games, and while he lost the match, that 6-love fourth set, where the Spaniard gave up in the fourth set. He said, "Let me. I don't want to expend any energy. Let's save it for the fifth and final set," and he lost 6-love, and that locked it up for me. So all I needed was Chapo to win 3 games in the final set, and he did that. So Chapo loses the match, wins by 4 games, which covers the 3.5, and I'm 17-6. So I'm loving it.
Nice. Yeah, guys, our tennis has been amazing. Both Andrew and Carm absolutely rolling. I'm on a 4-0 hockey run. It's been such an interesting playoffs for me. I win 4 in a row, 3 in a row, 5 in a row, then I lose 3 in a row. Then I win 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 6 in a row, then I lose 2 in a row. A little bit streaky, but I'm up big money in the playoffs in hockey, and I got another one going tonight. El Chapo, is your mic working better? That's a no.
That's a no?
Yeah, and it's not on our end.
I feel you, Buster. I've been there, brother. It's
my internet is really good. I did a free play on Monday.
This is not your internet. Your mic is working really bad, and I can't have you yapping if you can't fix it. But that's okay. We will let me stare at you.
No, that's no good.
Oh, there
it is. You're sounding better.
There you go.
Is that better?
a little bit.
Uh-oh. Remove your mustache. It might be in the way. Okay, Buster.
How's that? Is that any good?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, it's better.
So how are you doing, man? What's going on with you?
Everything is good. Well, except for right now, I'm in Canada freezing my ass off, which it is September, right? And I know September can be a little cool, but this is crazy. I'm a couple hours north of where you and Carmen are, Lawrence, and yeah, it's cold. It's cold. So I'll be going back to Mexico as soon as I can come the end of October. I've got thin blood from being in Mexico now, 100 degrees, getting used to that. And coming up here, and it's 15, which I know there's some Americans, all the American clients that are watching here, customers. And guess what? 15, it's like about 58 degrees, which that's no good for a guy like me that spends 9 months in Mexico.
And now we know why you have a mustache. You pull it over your head.
Buster, you don't know, but the last time we all got together, I put a tracking device on your phone. So when you say you're north of Toronto, I've got you listed as being in Collingwood right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, a little bit north. Near Midland.
Okay, nobody cares.
Buster, come a little farther east, and it's actually about 20.
We're moving on right now. Nobody cares where you are.
Don't ask the question then if you don't care.
I actually didn't. Carm did.
I
care. Smarten up, Buster.
Carm cares about me. Thanks, Carm.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Carm cares about you and where you happen to be today. I don't, and nor do I care where you are, Andrew, either. I'm just glad you're all on puck time. Okay, boys, let's welcome everybody in. Wheezy, nice to see you, brother. Going on about the Raptors again. Jared Schrader, how are you, my friend? He lives in Michigan. He's freezing his butt off, too. Toma says it's chilly in Vegas. Yeah, Toma, I don't feel bad. Matt, Mary, how are you? Chance, Nate, Bianco, Banco, not Bianco. Banco, nice, interesting name, Banco. Dougie, Derek, Mixed by Post, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. And Frank Budd, really getting up there. Frank is one of my favorite viewers. Big schedule today, boys. I got WagerTalk today up next. Mark Lawrence. We also have a bookmaker on that show today, and Ralph Michaels. It starts at 12. 2 o'clock is the baseball show, first pitch. 3 o'clock, the NBA show. And finally, due to demand, the NFL presidential address is at 4 p.m. today. Myself, Mid-Major Matt, and Ralph Michaels will take apart every single game on the board. Matt Mary, I finally pronounced your surname right. Well, I guess that was on me all the rest of the time. So sorry, brother. I try very hard to pronounce people's names right. I don't at all. Anyway, Tampa Bay, New York Islanders, minus 165 for Tampa Bay. Jesus Christ, what an unexpected scoreline that game had last time. With that said, I was on over the total in that game. It was an easy winner. New York Islanders plus 145, a total of 5.5. Carm, I'll go to you first. I mean, look, I think the New York Islanders are going to bounce back here. This is a team that's just way too good, and I don't have the statistics, but my guess is after 8 goals are put in on them, they come back with a vengeance defensively, and I think we're going to see a very smart, disciplined game, very close to the chest. I think we'll see the New York Islanders win here, and likely this game will go under the total.
Yeah, I don't think, in all honesty, in a conference finals, I don't think an 8-2 score is indicative of how this series will eventually play out. You can make excuses all you want, and I'm going to make some of them for the Islanders. Quick turnaround after an emotional Game 7 against the Flyers, which in a series that probably should have ended a lot sooner, but they were their own worst enemy, and that game went 7, and it's a quick turnaround. Fly out to Edmonton, have to play Tampa, who's already in that Alberta bubble, and then they took undisciplined penalties, led to 3 Tampa power play goals. But it's one of those games where the Islanders, it was, you can almost look at it as a throwaway game. We just talked about, not to parallel the two, but we just talked about that tennis match yesterday where the Spaniard threw away the 4th set, knowing that he's, let me just save my energy for the 5th set. This was a throwaway game for the Islanders. At the end of the day, once they fell behind 4-1, it was done. It was probably done at 3-1. I expect them to come back today. I expect them to play a lot better. Whether that's enough to get them to win against Tampa remains to be seen. But if these playoffs have taught you anything, it's that the Islanders are a resilient team. When they lose a game, they come back and play extremely well the next game. And I'm surprised, even though you have to pay a little bit of juice, we've been seeing like these totals of 5, and now we've seen some 5.5s pop up. And we haven't seen 5.5s in Islander games in the playoffs. They've been always 5s with like minus 120 on the over type of thing. You have to lay just a touch more juice than normal at 135, but 5.5, you get the extra half goal. If you expect the Islanders to win, then it's likely going to stay under this total. So for me, I have the same thoughts here. Islanders possibly even the series at plus 145, and for this game to stay under the total.
He's Carmine Bianco. Matt Lawrence just logged in. Nice to see you, Matt. He likes the Islanders and the under as well. Buster, what do you like?
I'm already on the under 5.5. Just like Carm said, these games are always 5, and 5.5 just doesn't seem right. I also agree with Islanders throwing away that game. Once it was 4-1, they just, it's not their style. It's not the way they're going to play. Trotz will have things, he's going to go back to the drawing board and see what they can do. Here's the problem for the Islanders. And it's kind of like when you talk about the NBA. You talk in the NBA, you can't teach 7 foot. Well, guess what? You can't teach speed. And Tampa Bay has too much speed. You saw right away that first goal that Brandon Point scored, and I turned to Mrs. Buster. I said, "Uh-oh, Islanders are in trouble here." big time trouble. And I think the speed is just going to be too much for them. Islanders will play a way better game, but even if they get a little bit more offense going, Vasilevsky is just he's really, really good. He's getting better every series. Yeah. And if you even go back a couple, even the goals that he lets in, I mean, like their passes a lot of times on power plays, they're goals that no one's going to save, right? This guy is really good. So even if the Islanders step up that game, they got to get the puck by him. And they've always had trouble scoring goals, although they, in saying that, I know they're one of the top scoring teams in these playoffs. Yeah. So, but they might revert back to the old Islanders of the regular season. I think Tampa Bay is just a little bit too much for them, too fast, too good. And I had Tampa Bay in regulation the first game. I'm not touching the game here because the Islanders should come back strong. I really don't want no part of it. I like it under, but I still see Tampa Bay winning. I figure they're going to win this series in about 5 games.
Buster Sports, you can find him at sportsmemo.com. And Blaine M. writes, do you guys pick football games as well? Blaine, that's a hell yes. Just head over to WagerTalk or Sports Memo and take a look. Plus, we do a ton of football shows. The NFL presidential address is at 4 p.m. today, where 3 of us will take apart every game on the board. So check that out. Andrew McGinnis, New York Islanders, Tampa Bay over or under? What do you got?
I'm going to say under. You look at, I'm not going to sit here and deny anything that happened. I think that you look at the speed, like Buster said, that's just so true. I mean, it was just so apparent. It was just not nonstop all game. It looked like a skills competition out there. I mean, if anybody out there has ever heard of the Harlem Globetrotters in basketball, that's what it was. It was like a fun team against a team that was just standing around like a bunch of cardboard cutouts. But the biggest thing we've taken away from not only the NHL playoffs, but the NBA playoffs as well, is that one game does not dictate the playoffs. And the mistake that a lot of people make is overreacting to one game. The score does not reflect. It's not more than one win. It's just one win. And, I think that I'm not going to take any credit away from Tampa Bay, but they got the job done. Anyway, I just wanted to throw out the under is 7-2 in the Islanders' last 9 games after allowing 5 goals or more in their previous game. Nice. 7-3 after allowing 3 or more goals. So statistically, short and longer term, after looking at a lot of the stats, this team has responded. However, I will say, guys, if you like, I've actually settled on a lot of team total bets over the past week and a half. And I know a lot of our viewers do props, and team total isn't even really a prop. If you think the New York Islanders are going to win this game, at the same time, I honestly think it would actually be a safer bet to grab their team total over 2.5 goals, because they're not going to win this game scoring 2 goals, and you're going to get a price like that because, and then if they do lose, even though you want the plus money, even if they do lose, I still would think it'd be like 4-3 or 5-3, and Tampa Bay is going to just rut them again. So that's kind of how I look at it. Obviously, you want the plus price as an underdog and stuff like that, but I think the safe bet out there is probably the team total over for this team. And I had a loss. I had 2% in the first period under in the last game. That didn't go very well. But I think we're going to be able to tell a lot of stuff in the first 5 to 7 minutes of this game, what the pace is like. Do the Islanders try and match their speed, or do they try and clog up the neutral zone? We'll find that out.
He's Andrew McGinnis.
I'm going to go with
they
clog up the speed. I'm going to go with they clog up the middle. They're going to play a defensive game. Trotz will have a game plan, but will it work? I don't know. Can they win 2-1? They could, but again, I just think when you, and you're right, Andrew, when you see one game doesn't mean anything a lot, but a lot of times it does mean something. And what I saw the other night, I mean, yeah, Islanders are in trouble. They've had a good run, but yeah, it's going to be Tampa Bay.
I don't think, just to interject, because you're talking about trying to match their speed, I don't think this Islanders team has never been a team throughout the season and in these playoffs when they're playing their best defensive game that they try and match another team's speed. They just forecheck you into the ground. You look at the teams they've played so far, Washington and Philadelphia. Arguably, those two teams are better skating teams than the Islanders are, in my opinion. But the Islanders, they literally clogged up that neutral zone. They forechecked deep, gave them very few chances to enter, enter the Islanders' defensive zone uncontested. It was to the point where teams started to dump it into the corner, and the old dump and chase from the 1980s and 1990s. So as far as that goes, it's the same thing. This is it's a formidable Tampa team, but they can be beaten. So, and these Islanders are the kind of team that can do it. So we'll see what if they're resilient tonight and come back and take game 2 and even this up.
Carmine Bianco, Buster Sports, Andrew McGinnis. You're watching Puck Time. Remember, everybody, we only tape Puck Time now, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're going to do both games today. We're going to jump to the Vegas game next, but first I want to welcome a bunch of people into the posting forum. Christian Sire, Prez is seeing ghosts. No, Prez's daughter just opened the door and started talking to him because they don't listen to me and realize that I pay the damn bills. Jimmy Castellano says Andrew's a genius. Okay, Jimmy, we'll go with that.
Mark it down, Prez. Mark it down. Write it down. Screenshot that. First time that's ever been said.
I don't know anything about Jimmy, dude. Like, he could be an idiot and calling you a genius. I mean, he could be a genius. I don't know.
Our viewer count just went down one from 80 to 79 after spreads.
Smash that like button, people. Only 19 likes. Let's go. Hello, Anthony Fiello. Nice to see you. Polly C, what's up? Billy Bugaloo, listen, bro, he's currently on an 0-10 losing streak. He says sports are fixed. There's no point in betting. Billy, firstly, if sports are fixed, and I don't want to get into that conversation, they're certainly not fixed against you. You're just not that important. They're not fixed against me. I'm not that important. With that said, and I can tell you unequivocally that I have gone 0-10 before too, and I'm a professional bettor. So suck it up, move on, and keep playing just a small percentage of your bankroll. And ultimately, none of these matter. They're just moments in time. You'll lose today, you win tomorrow. You lose this week, you win next week. That's how it goes, bro. It's a huge roller coaster out there. Oh, thanks, Jimmy. You know what? Jimmy might be really smart, Andrew. He just said that I'm right up there too. So I think he was an idiot about 2 minutes ago, and now he's really, really smart. Matt Carpenter, how are you, Hector? I love you, Hector. Andrew, are you talking over the host?
But now I'm starting to question if I'm a genius, if he called you one.
Host, I'm putting my hand up to answer a question.
Okay, Carm, you have been chosen. Pick me.
Because a couple of guys in the chat asked, and I had a couple of guys on Twitter that as well too. I posted a picture, and this is essentially one of the things I posted. And they're asking me what this is. That's the complete NFL schedule, laminated, showing you the Sunday night football games, Monday night football games, Friday games.
Friday games.
Bye weeks. Yeah, there actually is some Friday games.
Friday.
Believe it or not, I think there's one.
Who plays NFL football on Shabbos?
On December the 27th. New Orleans and Minnesota play against New England and the Giants, I believe, if I'm reading that correctly.
All four at one time?
For a survivor pool, and I got one of these for Prez because him and I are in the $1,000 circa survivor pool along with the regular circa millions football pool. So I'm going to drop this off to you today. These laminated things, they're great in the sense of the bye weeks. Some teams are better off a bye week. You can plan your survivor pool literally from the middle of the pool backwards. I always talk about that Merlin way of winning a pool. It's great at finding spots and spots that you might not see when you're just looking at a regular schedule. So when you're looking at it from afar, you might actually, things pop out, especially for a guy like Prez, who is very good in football. He looks at this and he's like, you see that spot there? That's going to be a good spot if you get the right amount of points. So this is it.
Okay.
That's your short answer. And
I feel like you're in a Portuguese restaurant with those pictures behind you.
Amalfi Coast, man, and the
Amalfi
island of
Coast.
Capri.
I know, but like
Come on.
whenever you go to a Peri Peri place, they always have those type of pictures behind you. Okay, boys, let's go. Next game up. Vegas Golden Knights. They are playing Dallas. It's 1-1. Man, Vegas hadn't scored in freaking ages. 1 goal in 2 games with a goalie in net. They came out last night. They put in 3. Minus 165, total of 5.5. I'm looking at the under right now, and I haven't really gotten deep into the side, but I very likely will be playing the under. Andrew, I'll go to you first on this game.
I'm on a different side with that. I think playoffs are weird, man. And, the three of us can be on here and we could all make arguments for each different side or each different total. But I kind of see it as each team had their game to find the back of the net. And then the next game is going to be that little mix together. And, the race to 3 or 4 wins the game. And, you look at the goalie situation that the Vegas Golden Knights have had, right, all playoffs long. You can debate who's been better, but essentially it actually hasn't even had anything to do with the goalie. It has had to do with the way the team has played in front of the goalie. I mean, Leonard gets the win, but Fleury was just as good, I'd say, in Game 1. It's just the team didn't play well in front of him. The reason why I bring that up is that I think the goaltending has been strong, but it was just the offense that needed to get going. I always talk about motivation and how these athletes are humans just like us. Tony Finn says they do all the things that we do in the regular life. Dallas is gonna be pissed off now, so it's a chance for us to see a pissed off Dallas. We saw a pissed off Vegas, and I know some of you guys had Vegas last night. I just couldn't get myself to lay that price. But I think over 5.5 is the way. I mean, we haven't really seen a goal fest yet, and at a 5.5 here with a Dallas team that's been scoring throughout this playoffs, and a Vegas team that still hasn't really gotten their mojo. They had a beautiful, beautiful tic-tac-toe goal yesterday.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable passing.
Yeah, that was nice.
But usually it doesn't just take plays like that to score. So I'm gonna go over in this one, and I think we're starting to get to those games here. And I've decided I'm not only gonna just tweet out these live bets during the intermissions. I'm actually gonna go live on the WagerTalk Periscope and give out some of these free picks in game. So we're getting there. That round after the first intermission or second intermission, I'll be able to have some in-play play.
Man, I'm killing it in in-game betting right now. Lakers were down at start of the third quarter. I bet them minus 1.5. Buster, what do you like in this game?
I'm going to be on Vegas. I know Andrew was saying about laying those prices. I don't lay those prices. I've been on Vegas in regulation the last 2 games. As far as the total, I've been totally wrong about this. I really, really believed that you could probably just put Vegas in and erase Colorado. The only difference, Vegas maybe has a little bit more experience in these situations than Colorado did, obviously. But I really thought we saw 6 out of 7 games go over in that Colorado-Dallas series. I really thought this was going to be a lot of goals, and I gave out overs the first 2 games, and I've been wrong. But so I will probably sit the total out. I kind of agree with Andrew. I think you're going to see goals, but because of what's happened, I don't know if Dallas believes that they have to play defensively to even have a chance to get Vegas, because they haven't done much offensively what they did against Colorado. And Colorado's not that bad of a defensive club that what Dallas did to them. I think the problem for Dallas here is that they haven't even got any power plays. They're 0 for 4 in 2 games on the power play. And Vegas isn't scoring either, and you think that's going to change? I really do think it's going to change. And right now they're only 1 for 10 on that power play. The power play looked a lot better last night than it did in Game 1. And I can see goals. I'm not going to bet those. I'm not going to take it over, but I don't blame anybody that wants to take it over. I am going to be on Vegas in regulation. And if because I see Dallas being bet this game. I think it's like 145. If it gets down to 140, 130, I'm gonna be betting Vegas as well. I think Vegas is a better team, and we're on a Vegas Tampa Bay Stanley Cup without a doubt in my mind.
Matt Carpenter, I should tweet out my live bets. I just suck at the social media thing. I have no interest. My phone is not necessarily with me. I don't want to get up and go get it. I agree. I try to be better. I don't see it happening. I'm too old. Carm, what do you like in this game?
One thing is, I think the big difference in game 2, between game 2 and game 1, and I know this is going to sound weird, but getting Reeves back in the lineup after that 1-game suspension, he got under the Stars' skin. You could see it in Ben, you could see it in Radulov. These guys were they were literally tilting. You could see it at the end of the game, Radulov, when he took that double minor for the sticky, and he wouldn't leave the ice. He's yapping at the players. They got under their skin, and this is what Reeves does to a team. He did it in the previous series for Vegas as well too, against the Canucks. So it's one of those things. I expect Vegas to take control of this series. A play that I would throw out there, because I think that we see another good start by this Vegas team, is that first period. Not the first period money line. Take it one step further and take the first period spread, lay the half a goal with Vegas, and you're getting plus 160 on your money. So literally, they have to have the lead at the end of the first period. But I would take the plus money. As far as Andrew goes about not wanting to lay the price sometimes. A reminder when someone said to me is, you don't pay juice when you win, Andrew. So you can look at it that way, in that sense. But I don't think 155, 160 was bad with Vegas team we knew would bounce back. And, I had that yesterday yesterday, as well as the puck line. So I was pretty happy with that. I'm coming right back with Vegas. Quick start, and I'll take the first period minus a half plus 160.
Awesome stuff, guys. I just want to show you iPhone 11. I don't have some rotary phone. I actually wish I did have a rotary phone on the wall. I think they look so cool. Guys, I love the show. Thank you for doing it. I just want to shout out, I cannot remember who told me to watch Cobra Kai. I have 1 episode left of season 1. I am loving it. It really shows the indelible print that the Karate Kid had on everybody and all generations too. I don't know if you guys know this, but the first couple episodes on YouTube were given out free. They had 60 million viewers. 60 million.
Wow.
This show is certified 100% at Rotten Tomatoes. It's taken the world by storm, and you know what? Good for Ralph Macchio and Billy Zabka, because these guys did not exactly find themselves in a thriving career for the last 35 years. And man, I mean, what a gift. Out of the blue, they find the characters that they, really built. Now they're getting so much more life, so much play. Both of these guys look like good human beings. Ralph Macchio is 58 years old. He looks not a day over 40.
Is he 58?
58. It's insane.
Yeah, I finished season 2 yesterday. I completely enjoyed it. Waiting for season 3.
I'm loving it,
Definitely.
man. Andrew, I don't even know if you remember the Karate Kid. They did the crane, not the Will Smith one.
I've seen the older one, but my generation would only be with the Jaden Smith one.
Yeah. With that said, your generation is taken to Cobra Kai. This show has gone across all generations. I mean, I watched 3 episodes with Vivian's boys, 9 and 11 years old. They were loving it. So
it's on Canadian Netflix, Prez?
Canadian Netflix. Why is it not on American Netflix?
No. Sometimes there's ones in the U.S. that are not available on the Canadian Netflix site, and vice versa. But it's available. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same in Mexico. You get Mexico, Netflix, U.S., Canada, and they change up some programs.
Of course.
So. Come on, Buster. All you watch down in Mexico is Telemundo. 24 hours
Telemundo.
Okay, buddy? So.
Telemundo.
I love the name of that.
It's bueno.
I'd like me some Telemundo. I'm the Prez, Carmine, Andrew, Buster. We're done. Make sure to check out WagerTalk today. At noon Eastern. Yeah, Andrew, next time you hold a mug up, it just basically covered your face in the green screen. Now I see it.
I know. It's hilarious. It's actually hilarious. I don't know why it does that. It just disappears.
Your mic has been disappearing all show.
Hey, Frank Budd writes, everybody jump back at 12 for Wager Talk today. It's an awesome show. It really is. It's coming together beautifully, and today's show is going to be excellent. Guys, I love you all. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you on Friday for more Puck Time. Be well, everybody.
Good luck tonight.